Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a new map. Welcome to Greenlands. So, we've got a new map. This is by Peter 716, 237.1 megabyte on the download. And it's a recreation of a map. We had this on FS19. So it says on the website, I've converted this map over from FS19 and made a few improvements. This is a fictional map inspired by real farms set in the UK. The map has a total of 100 fields ranging in different shapes and sizes. There is a village called Greenlands. Also included in the map is a biogas plant, grain mill, sawmill, storage yards with sheds, and a long river and several forestry areas. And a large area at the bottom of the map which you can do anything you wish with. Excellent. Right, so what are we talking about? If you come on Start From Scratch or Farm Manager, you are going to use 882 slots. And with that, you own nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you come on New Farmer, you're going to use 1088 slots. Okay. Alright, we'll carry on. Now, the main reason for this is going to be the huge amount of equipment you get. So if we go into this menu and we'll go down to the own stuff. I mean, look at the state of that. It's like goes on to the second page. Right, so what do we have? Small tractors. We got the Fendt Favourite 515C, then the massive Ferguson MF 3709AL. You then got under the medium tractors the Landini 7230 Robo 6 and the John Deere 7810. We got the Harvester, the John Deere T560. We then got the Lizard Pickup 1986. We've got the Class Carrot 140 TD trailer. We've then got the John Deere 625X header. We've got a stone picker, the Dagelman Signature 7200. We then come over to ploughs. Oh, that was close. 3.5 meters, that was close. The Greenland Ecomat. We then got a disc harrow, the Horsch Joker 4CT. 4 meter though, alright. We then got the Amazon ZATS 3200 fertilizer spreader. We've got a manure spreader, the Brewery Manure Director 14. We've got a slurry tanker, the FarmTech Super Sys 800. The mower, we got the butterfly setup, triple mower setup, excellent. This is the Kuhn GMD 8730FF and the GMD 3123F. We then got the Kuhn GF 8712 Tedder. We then come back across to windrows. We got the Samaz Z2 840H. We then got the Pottinger Faro 4010D forage wagon. We then got the Kuhn VB 3190 baler. We then got the Anderson Pro Chop 150 straw sprayer. We then got the Duvelsdorf MSS 3000 leveler. We then got the Quickie Q7M front loader. We then got the pallet fork, universal bucket and a bale spike to go on the front of that. And then last row we've got the Nardi N40BX header trailer. And then we've got the Agco 1500 weight and the 650 weight. So that is all your equipment that you start with. So it is a lot of equipment. That's why the slot count is on the rather high side. Right, what do you get if you start on New Farmer from a map perspective? So if we go into the map and we'll click on that, we own this area. Very large, like that. So we got field 76, field 60, field 61, 43, 42, 66 and 58. So that's quite a large area. And also you own a biogas plant, so you can just jump straight on and do a bit of silage work. That's excellent. So what do we have on the actual farm? So you start here, and the first thing that you need to notice really is there's no sleep trigger, which is interesting, shall we say. As on the website it says there are 3 main farms on the map, so you pick whichever one you want to. Obviously you come on New Farmer and you own this area in the middle, but you could sell all that and just place your sleep trigger anywhere you wanted. So that's excellent. I mean, like the doormat ones, they're only like 100 to buy anyway, so it's not exactly going to break the bank. So yeah, okay. So you start the game here in the middle of the farm. Down to the left here is a chicken pasture. Obviously you put your food in there. Animal dialogue box there, so 30 chickens in there. And there's your egg pallet spawn point. We'll then come through here. Don't hit myself in the face with the gate. Round the corner we've got a diesel storage tank. So click on that to refill it. And then obviously take out there. In this little barn here you've got the workshop trigger. So pull your tractor or your equipment in. And then click that button. Fix your vehicles. Next door to that we have got a cow barn. So the usual shenanigans on the go there. So there's your milk unloading point, or loading into your tanker point, whichever you want to call it. Your animal dialogue box here. 80 cows will go in. Obviously it all opens up the same as usual, but this is a very good one. You've got the manure heap extension there. I'll get your manure out. Obviously there's a trigger point for it if you don't want to shovel it out. Because this cow barn is the robot one. It's got the Lely Vector on it. Excellent. Obviously, you know, some people like it, some people don't. But having the top base game cow barn as a base game placeable already on the map, that's excellent. And obviously down this side you've got your slurry loading out point. I like that. That is a very nice addition. Right, what we've got over here is two massive silage pits. Covered over. That's brilliant. Oh, got some equipment down there. I mean, just the amount of silage you get on the go in there. Chuck your chaff in. You can get loads in. Brilliant. Got shed area there. Then coming down here, got another little storage area there for your equipment. And then over here we got our sheep pasture. So your wall pallet spawn points there. Food goes in there. And then round the corner is your animal dialogue box. So 65 sheep in there. Alright, next door to that we got the pigsty large. So obviously you take out your slurry there. Put a manure heap down here. But what's strange, obviously you can come in here and shovel out, no problem. But you're going to have to, if you want to load it in just by the icon, you have to come into the sheep pasture. So you got the two gates there. You got to go through one pen to get to the other. Alright, okay. And obviously down the other end is your animal dialogue box. There we are. Oh, don't get stuck. 270 pigs. Brilliant. And then obviously your loading in point for your food. And then next door is another massive bunker silo. So that's 3 on the base game farm. Nice. More storage area around here for you. So put your equipment under cover. And then the last thing on the main farm is your silo. Load in, load out. Usual base game silo. Then we've got a bit more storage here for you to put your equipment in. Obviously once you go in far enough you get the option to turn the lights on. Ah, that's a nice little setup, that is. Right, where do we want to go next? We're going to come up to this area here. Right, so what have we got in this area? So this is Roadside Farm. So we'll open a gate. And we'll go in. Round to the right hand side we've got a diesel tank. So again, like on the main farm, click on there, fill it up. And you don't have to mess around with going to the petrol station. Then down here we got a manure heap. And we've also got another barn. 270 pigs again. It's the same as on the main farm. So your load in point is there. And you also got your load out point for your manure heap. And then obviously your slurry loading out point is down that side. Got a bit of storage under there. And then round here we've got a silo. Obviously load in, load out, same place. And then under here we'll open those up. Bit more storage for you. Bit more storage under there. So obviously apart from the cow barn, it's just a bit of storage really. Obviously there's a house there. You want to place the trigger down, your sleep trigger. You could make this your base farm. Very nice indeed. And on the back. A little bit of a garden to play in. Okay. Where do you want to go to next? We're going to come all the way over to this area here. Right, so what's here? Woodview House. There isn't a lot here to be fair, but you have got a bit of storage area. So if you're starting off a start from scratch contractor in the area sort of shenanigans on the go, you could place the sleep trigger down here and use this as your base area. Obviously you park a small amount of equipment under there. Does that building open? No. But that being said, for that sort of scenario, that could be alright. And also on that mark, over the road... Ooh, nearly got myself run over then. This traffic's a bit crazy on this map. We have got Woodview Farm. So down here, again, with that role play scenario in mind, there's a nice house down here. Put your sleep trigger by it. Because obviously there is no sleep triggers on this map to start with. But then you've got this little area here. Some nice sheds to be placing equipment in. That nice big grass field out in front. That does lead to imagination running wild. Right. We are now going to come down to this area here. Right, first up we're over this side of the road. And we've got the Greenside Sawmill. So, obviously loading out point there. Is your production chain menu there. 100 grand to buy. So you take your wood chips out of there. There's your sourwood icon. It's interesting. It's got 2 hatched areas. I'd imagine that's going to be the area that you load in. That's bigger. And obviously your pallet spawn point should be that one. Okay. Then your wood chip sell point just there. Right, so we've got to go over the road now for the next bit, so I'll see you up there. Right, so what do we have here? Greenside BGA Plant. So we'll open up that gate. Well, parked in the way. No, we're alright. Carry on. Right, so up here we've got 2 massive bunker silos and then 2 more behind. Obviously if you do come on here with new farmer, you do own this straight away. So there's your loading in point. Obviously there's the other 2 bunker silos. Now in the backfield area here is your lime crusher. So you got your stones off the field, bring them down here. Then over here is basically your standard base game BGA. Obviously you got your production chain menu there that we already own because we own it. And then your loading in point there, loading in point for slurry there, and then taking out point of the digestate there. Right, that's the BGA. Where do you want to go next? We're going to come down to this area here. Right, so what's down here? Greenside Farm. We'll have a little walk up the path. Again, another one of the base game farms. So if you want to place your sleep trigger down and use this as your base. There's a house up there. Just put your doormat by the front door. Now, up the back here, we have got our diesel tank. Same as the other 2. Click on that and fill it up. Got some storage under there. Then back round here. We turn the left. Some more storage. Bit of trash in the corner. Obviously 2 more bunker silos. And then we've got another animal barn here. How many does this hold? 45 cows. So usual shenanigans on the go with that. Base game one. So you take your milk out from that load in, however you want to call it, point. Obviously feed in that area. And then down the back here we've got your manure heap. And then your slurry output area. Then up here we've got another animal area. 65 sheep. So dialogue box there. Food in the front. And your wall pallet spawn point there. Right, where to next? We're going to come all the way over to this area here. Right, so what have we got in this area? We've got your main shop. So obviously we've got a garage in there. If you want to do a bit of role play again, if you're the mechanic for the agricultural area, do that in there. And then we've got the shop menu if you want to go through that way. And then your workshop trigger just there. So pull it in, click on that, and away you go. Now I'm going to hop over this fence. I'm going to try and hop over this. There we are. So have a little run through the field because we've got a little area out the back here. Now there is a good thing about this map is hedge collisions aren't on. Now that depends on whether you're into that sort of thing. Obviously it doesn't full ball add into the realism, but if you just want to go down the route of having fun, that's right up your street. Right, so here you've got the carpentry. Obviously there's your pallet spawn point. Around the side is your loading in point. Obviously load your trailer over that icon, click the sell wood icon, and then down on the corner here is your production chain menu. 60 grand to buy. A bit of carpentry on the go. Excellent. Right, we're now going to come up to this area here because this is the main village area, should we say. Right, so what do we got down this bit? We've got two sell points. So your first one is here, obviously unload into that area. This is going to be your supermarket sell point. Let's go around the front. I only got stuck on the fence. Ah, there we are. Dooner's stores. And then, oh, that nearly run me over then. The traffic on this map's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Then down here, we got the fast food restaurant. P&P's Cafe. So we'll go around the back. There's your sell point there. And obviously next door, as you've probably already seen, is your petrol station. So again, we're going to have a little run up here. We're going to go through the hedge because there's no hedge collisions on. Just like magic. Dear oh dear. Right, and we're going to come to this area over here because there's a few things here. Through the hedge. Oh no, I've gone into a fence. Never mind. Right, we've got your animal dealer. So we're now over here. So obviously you come down here with a trailer if you want to. There's your animal dialogue box. Obviously you need a barn to get animals out. Then if we come down here, we've got a sell point there. That is going to be called, we'll zoom in, Greenland's Auction Centre for Milk. That's where you sell your milk. Then over here, click that on. We got by building Greenland's Auction Centre for wool. So this is your spinnery. So obviously you take your wool pallets there, and then a bale sale point there, right next door to each other. Very nice. And then around the corner here, it's a water tower. You get your water. Now just up here is another area, another production chain, and it's the Greenland's grain mill. So come over here, you load in there. There's your production chain menu. 96 grand to buy. and there's your pallet spawn point area. Because there is a few details on this map that are really nice. So if we go into the construction menu and have a fly around, I'll just make it easier rather than having to drive around everywhere. So we start off here. If we then go south, out the back of all these fields, it's what I mentioned on the website. It's an area at the bottom of the map, you can do whatever you like. This is very reminiscent of No Man's Land. Big open spaces. Just let your imagination run wild. You could do whatever you like on here. Place it down. Obviously, the map as a whole is not flat. So you are going to need to bear that in mind when you're deciding what you want to do. Because when you come and place things down, it's not going to be bang on level. You are going to have to watch out for things like that. But that being said, I think that adds into a map. You know, a perfectly flat map can get really boring really quickly. Just my opinion. Just my opinion in general. And then just north of the base farm, the main farm, we've got this trigger point here. You can pull over with your tanker and load water straight in. You haven't got to back it into the stream. You can just load it from the bridge. That's excellent. Really is excellent. I mean, like I say, this map definitely, I may be biased because I'm from the UK and it just reminds me of the area that I sort of live in. I mean, this sort of scenery is down the road from me. Drive 5 minutes out of town where I live and this is what you're looking at. So, again, yeah, I may be biased, but I do like it. I do like it. I mean, there's some nice big open fields on this map, definitely, and with 100 fields and contracts on all of them, there is really something for everyone to be getting on with. There is a word of warning, I must say, if you are using big equipment, you may struggle in some of the fields. I mean, like, look at this one, that field gate there, you are going to struggle to get in there. Definitely. But there is a little trick. This is a trick back at the main farm. So I'm going to see you up there. Right, so the trick is, if you like the big equipment and you don't like squeezing through small gates, if you go into the construction menu and then we'll spin around and we'll click on the gate, right click on the gate, it says all gates on the map sell. So we'll leave this to the end because you'll see what I mean in a minute. So if you sell them, yes, okay, all the gates on the map have now been sold. There's not one single gate left, so you can pull into the areas quite easily. Entirely up to you. Obviously, you play the game how you want to play. Whilst we're here, if you're not a fan of hedges, if you come up to these red bollards and do the same again, we'll get it on. There we are. All hedges on the map you can sell. Now all the hedges have gone. Oh dear, oh dear. Now it is really open. You can farm to your heart's content. You could really make some massive fields now. Excellent. Obviously, I think I'd probably leave the hedges on, to be fair. Maybe get rid of the gates. That is a nice little touch. I think some of them gates, obviously ones around the pastures aren't going to disappear, but I think, yeah, some of them gates are really small. I do like to use big equipment. You know what I say about small equipment, particularly the 3 meters. Anyway, we'll carry on. Right, so what can you sell? Of all the areas that we've seen, what can you sell? Basically, you can sell everything on the map that you would normally be able to sell on the map. So all the crops, all the standard base game production chains you can sell. Obviously, there's a few things like seeds, but then you don't normally get to sell seeds anyway. And the likes of herbicide and diesel, you can't sell that. And road salt, you can't sell that either. But crops and production chains, there is a sell point for everything. So that is always a good thing to know. Because obviously, we've seen a couple of maps in the past where you haven't been able to sell it straight off, and you've either had to place a mod down or a sell point down, which isn't always great, especially when you're starting out. You want to just get cracking. and that's very nice to have that option for you. Right, so that's your Greenlands map. Drop it in the comments below. Are you going to be playing the map? What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing agriculture? Are you going to be doing animals? A bit of both? Production chains? Obviously, this is a very nice map indeed. We'll see what people are up to. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.